All right, we're recording over here. I'm on.
We're recording? All right, we're doing a podcast, a YouTube video, and Instagram Live. We got people tuning in. We got Johnny. What's up, guys? We're gonna get it going. Today's topic is a dope topic. I wasn't even talking to the mic, but yeah, dope topic: growth hormone, human growth hormone, something that is going to move the needle for you. No pun intended. The other growth hormone. But we are doing it naturally, and that is the best way for natural to yield more gains. And so YouTube, if you're not following me on Instagram, hit the link in the description, go over there and hit the follow button, and you're gonna get in the mind of a natural fitness prodigy. You know, I've just been doing this for 15 years, and there's a certain mindset that comes with this shit, and it goes along with getting even higher levels, next levels, just continuing to progress. So we got Matt Carter over here. He's doing his first podcast. You got a title for your podcast, bro?
What's up? No podcast yet. We're still in the works here. Kevin here is kind of leading me on the way here of Instagram and TikTok and all the social media, and now we're going to get the podcast going, trying to expand it in some other directions too, audio and video. But yeah, glad to be here to talk about some human growth hormone today.
Hell yeah, human growth hormone is super exciting, man. If you're a fucking fitness nerd, you get excited about hearing human growth hormone. So we had 9 people in here a second ago. That was like the record, I believe. So it's popping over here on a Sunday. So what's your Instagram, Matt Carter?
The Instagram is Matt Carter Fit, MattCarterFit. Pretty straightforward, Matt Carter Fit. I'm kind of surprised I was able to get that Instagram handle like this late into the game, but hey, works for me. How long have you been on Instagram, Kevin, in the Instagram game? I know it's been a long time.
Fucking probably like 2014, but I stepped it up like 3-4 years ago, but still ain't popping yet.
Well, you know, we're on the way. 20,000 followers is what you have, right?
Yeah, it's like 18 something right now, but
Nice.
no biggie. It's just spreading the word of the fitness gospel. But let's just dive right into today's topic, human growth hormone. And I'm going to start it off with that a lot of people, they're not making the gains, they're not seeing those fast results because they're completely disqualifying hormone strategy. And that's what my protocols revolve around. I'm constantly thinking about human growth hormone, how to improve it, and how that's going to play into my nutrition, and just everything's coming together for the very best results. And the easiest way to improve it is sleep. Like a lot of us are like working our asses off, working 2 jobs, just trying to, live in the city, for example, and we are sacrificing our sleep, and that's the number one way to get higher productivity, more quality in your production at work, even better gym sessions, and most importantly, that improves human growth hormone. So what do you think about sleep factor?
I think sleep's definitely one of the most important factors. I had the privilege of getting to do a little bit of research on some of the topics beforehand. So a couple of interesting things I noted about sleep related to human growth hormone. One, you actually need nocturnal sleep according to the most recent studies. So say, for example, Kevin said you got 2 jobs. If you're working a night shift and you only sleep during the day, you're getting decreased growth hormone. Now, maybe it's just not plausible for you to sleep that particular night, but that's to say that really you need to try to get sleep when it's dark out. That's going to optimize your HGH levels. The other thing is making sure you're not eating right before you go to bed, because that's going to get an insulin response. Granted, there's a few ways you can not get that insulin response, right? But if it's going to be too much sugar before bed, that's going to affect your sleep and also lower your human growth hormone.
Yeah, most importantly, the high fructose syrup, because that actually takes a much longer time to drop that insulin level. So you're going to spend most of your sleeping time digesting the high fructose syrup because it raises insulin the very most compared to flour, other carbohydrates, and it's just going to forfeit that human growth hormone secretion during your sleep, And that's when most people get their human growth hormone, because they're not fasting and kind of hacking the system to prolong that human growth hormone secretion. So you're eating donuts at night, you're not sleeping well, first of all, and then that high fructose syrup is playing into your secretion. You're just not going to make any gains at all. And lower human growth hormone results in higher fat and lower muscle, and that's just the name of the game. Depending on if you trigger those hormones in your body, does it determine if you build that muscle or not? So
jumping in, looks like.
Yeah, I'm just checking the Instagram comments over here. It's pretty busy in here. We got 6 viewers. We're about to get some Facebook lives in this bitch very soon. I just bought an iPhone. But yeah, the next way to improve your human growth hormone is to do the fucking hard exercises. A lot of us are selling ourselves short. Just, they don't do the free weight squats. They're always doing the leg press. Well, the leg press significantly secretes less human growth hormone because a lot of the load is taken off of it being attached to the ground and then being at an angle. So we're not actually lifting 600 pounds, for example. You're better off hitting the free weights and improving your human growth hormone secretion through that. And over time, just constantly tackling those harder movements, you're gonna improve your muscle development overall for sure.
Yeah, so a little bit of research notes relating to the high intensity workout and doing things like squats and stuff over leg press. One of the things that's going to increase your human growth hormone secretion is going to be when you do an exercise that requires a lot of stabilization. So something where you're unbalanced, like on maybe a Bosu ball or sprinting, where you're constantly moving and having to adjust. So leg press definitely does not qualify for that. Pretty much no machine that moves in one plane qualifies for that, and you really shouldn't be using them unless you're already injured. But the lactate threshold was something I wanted to mention real quick with regards to the human growth hormone. So for it to be intense enough for you to really be secreting human growth hormone, you need to be exhausted after the exercise. Surpassing that lactate threshold means that your body's secreting more lactate than it can remove from the muscles. It's just a byproduct of using glucose. So that's when you're like out of breath and you have to sit down after an exercise. So that's the level of intensity we're looking for.
All about that fatigue, and the deadlifts are going to get you fucking fatigued. So not only does it improve human growth hormone and ramp it through the roof, but it grows all the back muscles you want to grow. Like, how else do you think you're going to get that thickness? Like, you do deadlifts for 1 to 2 months straight from not doing any deadlifts at all, I guarantee you, you're going to be looking in the mirror and realizing that you're getting wider, your lats are just flying out, lower, your whole back is just filling out, and not only that, but it improves your traps, your human growth hormone for the rest of your physique, and it's just that advantageous to do them at scale over the long term. But not only do exercises play a huge factor into the human growth hormone secretion, but you got to be operating at optimal levels on the nutrition end, because when we're filled up with vitamins and minerals, like, we actually grow even more hair. Like, how many of you guys are dealing with hair loss because you're getting a little bit older and you're wondering why your hair is falling out with the creatine? Well, it's because your nutrition sucks and then the creatine is accelerating it, and you're using low quality creatine like monohydrate creatine. Of course your hair is going to fucking fall out. Like, think about animals when they're sick. Like my cat Blake, when she was sick, she had to have an operation. She was losing hair everywhere. Her tail was completely bald. And that's the same that goes with humans. Like, if you're sick and you're fucking malnourished, you're going to be losing hair. And that also plays into the hormones. We can assume that, okay, yeah, our hair is growing back, we have better energy, of course we're going to produce higher quality human growth hormone and testosterone as well. So that's why we got to focus on like nutrient-dense proteins. This guy got a Rectech over here. That shit got Wi-Fi connectivity.
Dude, the Rectech is the shit. I absolutely love it. Best smoker I've ever used. I mean, I'm only maybe a year into the barbecue smoking game, but dude, I swear the barbecue we make is better than anywhere you can get around here locally. I mean, it's fire.
Yeah, I don't want no reheated shit. Like, just fresh off the Rectex smoker.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Do that long smoke, 220, 225, no temperature deviations. Delicious.
You gotta leave it in the cooler, the brisket in the cooler for 3 hours too. That's overkill, but we did that shit.
Oh, dude, it was so good though, and it came out like perfectly room temperature. I mean, fire. Oh, I did want to make a note about the high intensity exercises too before we move on too much. You don't even have to do that long of those high intensity exercises to get that human growth hormone release. If you do 10 minutes of that kind of exercise, and that includes the rest period, like you do your heavy deadlifts or your heavy squats, you rest for a minute because you're just exhausted, you go to the next one, you do that. Just 10 minutes of that, and you can get a massive increase in human growth hormone. So that's going to increase your muscle preservation and increase your muscle growth. So.
Same with sprinting. Like sprinters, just think about the Olympians that sprint. They're just fucking just jacked, and they probably don't even lift as much as I do. They're just secreting that much more human growth hormone from the same reasons that Matt just went over. But yeah, nutrition and the fucking barbecue is games, right? We are constantly pumping out high nutrient dense meats straight out the goddamn smoker like every weekend. You know it takes forever to eat all that meat, so your freaking diet is just straight nutrient dense, everything, all the essential amino acids, just everything, a complete umbrella of human fuel basically, just to grow your muscles even better. But focusing on low quality proteins isn't going to get you there, like chicken. Like chicken breast, if you're constantly eating chicken breast, that's just, in my opinion, it is a weak protein, and you're wasting your time. What do you think about that?
The chicken is a weak bird, a weak animal. I had chickens. They were killed by everything. Hawks, foxes. I had to fight my rooster all the time. He had balls, I'll give him that, but when it comes to a straight battle of muscle protein, he got crushed every time.
Just slaughterhouse the other day, right?
Oh yeah, when the fox started to get him, that was game over. Yeah, we had to get rid of the last few chickens to let them live because they just couldn't fend for themselves, unfortunately. It was a sad day. I liked having them around, but yeah, weak protein. A cow would never have succumbed to that fox.
But the chicken eggs are 48% absorbable by the human body. So statistically, high quality eggs are extremely nutrient dense, and they are the most absorbable by the human body. The 32% that meat, poultry, and fish offers is just at a lesser amount. So that's why I'm eating eggs all the fucking time. Like, you guys see me, I'm not playing around over here. I just like eating eggs because I'm results driven. I don't even like eggs that much until recently. I'm like learning to enjoy them, but the amount of results they give me, I think I'm just enjoying that a little bit more.
Yeah, you just gotta take pleasure in the process, you know. Just put your nose to the grindstone and keep on doing it. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. When you're results driven, you fucking just do what you gotta do.
Yeah. Taste bad? Good. Taste bad again tomorrow? Good. Nutrients.
Whatever it takes. But yeah, the nutrition and like vegetables, they don't really even get you there. Like, it is just a night and day difference when comparing red meat, pork cuts, salmon to an asparagus. Like, you think eating a fuck ton of asparagus is going to get you anywhere near what a 16-ounce steak can get you? I mean, it's not hard to deduct that. The asparagus is missing a ton of minerals and fucking vitamins. You're never going to get anything close to operating your body that a steak can do. So, I mean, vegetables aren't that important, is what I'm trying to say.
I guess a cow's kind of like concentrated vegetables. All they do is sit around and eat grass all day, synthesize it into one nutrient-dense cut of brisket, and other cuts of meat, of course.
Fuck, man, that Rectech fat just completely rendered. It was like softer than just amazing. It's just, there's nothing that can describe it. I'm about to drop $1,600 on that.
Oh, I get the $12.50. Oh, you're gonna step up my game, or step up your game over mine. But yeah, dude, the fast all day followed by the end of the day barbecue. I mean, that is the move for gains.
Yeah, nutrient dense, baby. Fucking lift heavy shit. Refuel with the best fuel, that Prime steak only, Team Prime Steak, or Prime USDA. But what do I think is the best way to improve growth hormone for the average person as a whole? It's fucking sleep. Because most people, they're not fasting, they're eating breakfast right in the first thing in the morning, and they don't even know what they're doing. If they waited a little longer, they would have hacked the system and continued their growth hormone secretion. That is the number one variable when it comes to even more muscle production, even more fat loss, and they're forfeiting it. It's just not the most important meal of the day. Kellogg's just fabricated that out of nowhere because, I mean, it's easy to see when you realize that they make 600% profit off those carbs. They're gonna make anything fucking up to get you to buy the cereal. Yeah, so you're actually forfeiting the human growth hormone secretion. So that is the number one way to improve it because that's the only opportunity for the average person to get their human growth hormone. So you get more sleep, don't eat the fucking high fructose syrup before your bedtime. You're gonna be in a much better position if you're not doing the fasting.
It's hard to argue against the sleep being one of the top ones since most of the human growth hormone released is during your sleep and muscle protein synthesis. But I think the fasting and the diet plays a big role too because, I mean, you just see some of the people walking around whose diet is terrible. I mean, you just feel bad. It's just like they're such a giant, soft body. I mean, I don't know, maybe their sleep is terrible too. It probably is because of all their terrible diets. It's probably just a compounded effect. But sometimes I see people like that and I'm just like, darn, I don't even know what to say.
Can't help everybody. So, yeah, what do you guys think about human growth hormone? Put some fire emojis in the comments on the Instagram Live if you guys are going to prioritize human growth hormone. That's all I think about.
Yeah, I think hormone regulation is like so deeply underappreciated these days, especially, you know, obviously I'm a trainer at a commercial gym right now, so I see a lot of people just worry about the calories in, calories out, you know, thermodynamics type deal all the time, which has some validity, but maximizing your testosterone and your human growth hormone and minimizing your cortisol is going to have huge effects on how you look, how you feel, how you perform.
Yeah, if you're stressed out all the time, you know, you're definitely just kind of wasting time, really, because that cortisol is directly correlated with less muscle. You know, that's why I always tell my clients, like, let's get you below 5 out of 10 stress levels. Like the clients that I have that are putting 3 to 4 out of 10 stress levels, they make really fast progress. Like I'm seeing this firsthand just from the ratings. And the ones that are stressed, they put on that stubborn fat, and so it just further justifies that the hormones play a big role. It's just you can definitely observe it if you measure it, because what doesn't get measured cannot be improved. So I like that. Always be measuring.
Yeah, super important to take benchmarks, kind of know where you're at. I mean, if you're just assuming something's working, how do you really know if you're not taking some type of actual measurement?
That's right. That's why I take so many selfies. That was a joke.
Gotta advertise somehow, right?
Yeah. The abs help with business. I know how to get you abs, if anyone's wondering. What up, Fit Manny? Looking good in that transformation photo, by the way.
You know, speaking of cortisol too and fat, cortisol is one of those hormones that actually does make you retain fat, and that's one of the side effects of doing too much cardio. If you're doing like that long form steady state cardio that's not intense, like that 60-70%, that's when your body's gonna release cortisol and make you retain fat, and you're not gonna get jacked because you're not gonna be making human growth hormone. It's like the old, like the body of a sprinter versus the body of a long distance runner. I mean, look up any sprinter versus any long distance runner, the sprinter's always gonna look way better. And I mean, unless you're competing to be a long distance runner, don't you wanna look better?
Everyone wants to look better all the time. They just don't want to admit it. But yeah, if you are walking slow on the treadmill, and for like 30 minutes to 60 minutes, like there's just like, you're gonna hold on to stubborn fat. It's just the name of the game. So if you're doing that, you know, it's time to get the intensity up and prioritize around human growth hormone secretion. And that's why weightlifting is way better than doing cardio. Everyone that does cardio, like you look around, you're just like, damn, everyone at the gym is doing cardio and everyone looks like shit. Like, sorry to say that, but like year over year, I'm like seeing people get worse. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, you see like the cardio queens, like the women that are trying to control their calories with cardio. It's not like, oh, I had a bad meal, I have to go do an hour of cardio. And it's like they just never kind of achieve that full 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 look. Because you're just going to be a little bit soft if you're always doing cardio.
And the sad thing is that 1 out of 6 men, they do steroids. So like you do the statistics in your head, you're like, damn, people are taking roids and no one's looking good. It's because no one's focusing on fucking human growth hormone. I'm just trying to get that across. Like we gotta boost it up in the natural way, and there's just so many ways as we listed. But yeah, we're about to cut this live off. It's going on YouTube. We're about to get it on Facebook next time. I bought an iPhone. I'm an avid Android user, but we got the throwaway iPhone, $200 refurbished. I'm about to buy another one. Don't buy them all on eBay, all right?
21 minutes, not bad. That flew by. That was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, just talk shit, talk about human growth hormone.
Hell yeah. Well, should we wrap this thing?
Yes, sir. Fucking like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe, YouTube. We just got another uploaded, trying to be more frequent. Stop by my Instagram, stop by Matt Carter Fit.
That's me, Matt Carter Fit. Give me a like.
That's right.
And a follow.
Facebook is Matt Carter, he's on there too. But yeah, guys, fucking drop some questions in the comments, maybe for YouTube and this recorded video on my post, because I'm going to post it to my post page, whatever it's called. But yeah, some questions for next time. We just went over human growth hormone, super fucking valuable.
Yeah, it was great stuff. If you got some questions, send them at us. We'll be happy to steer videos in that direction or answer questions. Maybe we'll even add a Q&A segment once we get a few more people watching. But I think this is going to be heading in a good direction.
All right, brothers.
Peace.
Peace out.
What y'all think about that shit?
All right, we cutting it off. We got smoked baby back ribs to eat.